Hey, this is Realtor Pamela Lewis. Thank you so much for coming back to check out my channel. And if this is your first time, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming to check out Realtor Pamela Lewis YouTube channel. So today's topic came up from a discussion from a referral that I had this week. And this referral is on the West Coast. They are a VA buyer. And during the discussion, they were like, you should make a video about this whole discussion. And because it's a repeat of a discussion that I have with any VA buyer. So what I've done is broke it up into 3 tips. Top 3 tips from our conversation that I had with the VA buyer. So up next, you're going to hear those top tips to help you get ready to purchase a home if you have a VA loan. Know your credit score. Know your FICO score. So, I know everybody loves Credit Karma. I do too. But Credit Karma's credit rating is not the same that they use for purchasing a house. I'm going to say that again. I'm going to say it for the people in the back. Credit Karma is not the same credit rating that they use for home purchasing. The Credit Karma, if you look at your app, and now that I'm going to say it, I don't know what the word is for it, but now that I'm going to say what it is, you're actually going to see it. And you're going to notice this more. They use Vantage 3.0. Oh, we have a little visitor that came in. Say hi, Justin. Oh, he has marker on him, too. Yeah, so Justin's going to be with us, I guess. Because I guess Daddy's downstairs with the other 5 kids. I mean, not 5 kids. I only have 4. So he's down there with the other 3 kids. So, you want to look at your FICO score. And how do you go do that? You're probably thinking. Well, there is a website that we all can use each year to get our free credit report, which is annualcreditreport.com. And I'll put that in the comments below. So you can actually get your full credit report. It will not be your credit score, so you have to take the next step and pay like $15 to get your credit scores. So when the lender looks at your credit score, they're looking at your second highest score, which is, they call it your middle score. So your middle score is essentially your second highest score. And that's what they're going to go off of. So you have to know this. For your VA benefits, to get a VA loan, it's not credit score driven at all. So remember that. It is not credit score driven. I'm telling you, your top tip is to find your credit score. It's not because you want to get the VA loan, but it's because you are going to use a lender. That's who's going to package this VA loan. And so you want to know so once you know your FICO score, then you can start shopping around lenders. So you're going to get with a realtor or broker like myself who's going to say, hey, I have this great lender. And what you want to do is you want to be in control. So when you get referred to this lender, you want to find out, 1, what type of credit score you're looking for. Or what's your minimum credit score. Some of them will kind of give you it's not really credit score because VA loan is not. But those banks and those brokers, those people who are packaging a loan, they have requirements and restrictions that they have in order to do a loan, especially if they're selling that loan off. So that would be my number 1 tip for you, is to know your credit score. So then you can be in control and know what lender you should actually use. Okay, so the second tip is know your debt to income ratio. And you're probably thinking, Realtor Pamela Lewis, what is that? So when you get your FICO score, it's going to tell you what your debt is. It's going to tell you your total debt. Then it's going to tell you what your monthly debt is. You want to look what your total monthly debt payments are. You want to total that up that you have for each month. And then what the lender is going to do is going to take what your gross, again, they're going to take your gross income, your monthly gross income, and then divide that by your monthly debt payments that you have. Typically, lenders have around 40-something%, 41, 43 is usually the going ratio. Some lenders will have other requirements. So that's why you want to be in control, because you want to know, hey, I know what my FICO score is, I know what my middle score is, and I know what my debt to income ratio is. Because that's going to tell you before you even try to apply with that lender, should you even do that because of the requirements. Now, with your debt to income ratio, one of the cool features of a VA loan is that they will allow the seller to pay off some of your debt that you have, which is really cool. I'm going to say that again. With the VA loan, the lenders will allow the seller to pay down your debt at closing. That sometimes can help veterans to purchase a property when they're over the debt to income ratio for the banks, is that they will allow the seller to do that. Works really well when you're in a buyer's market, not as well in the seller's market for you to ask. So you want to talk to your realtor broker and find out what type of market you're in to see if that could even work for you, because it might not. But keep that in the back of your in your toolbox, because whether it's a buyer's market or a seller's market now, at some point when you get ready to buy again, know that. So I thought that was a cool feature that most VA buyers don't know. Okay, so the third tip, VA buyer, is to know the market. So talk to your realtor, talk to your real estate broker, whoever you're using, and find out what's going on with the market. Is it a buyer's market or a seller's market? Because one of the requirements you're going to have with your VA loan, unless you're a disabled vet, is you're going to have a funding fee. The funding fee is roughly 2.3% of the purchase price. But it all depends if you're going to put a down payment down. So if you put 5% down, it can reduce the funding fee. But overall, if you're going to do 100% financing, sorry, I like that one piece of hair. No, I'm joking. So if you're going to do 5%, it can reduce the funding fee. So you do have a funding fee, and you want to find out if the sellers are going to pay your closing costs. And that's one part of knowing the market. One is, can they pay your closing costs? Because you have no down payment, but you are going to need some funds to get up and running. You typically are going to need about $2,000, and it breaks down like this. You need about $1,000 for your earnest money deposit. Sometimes you can get away with $500, but I would plan $1,000 just to be safe. Then you need another $500 for appraisal. Appraisal is roughly $425 to $475, but if you see, I just round up to make it easier for you to remember. And then you'll need money for home inspection. That's anywhere between $300 and $400, but I just round up to $500 because it's easy to remember. And round numbers usually makes it easier for everybody to remember the information. So if you plan for the $2,000, that'll be your upfront cost that you'll need to purchase a property. You have no down payment, but then you have your closing costs. Your closing costs roughly usually cost you about 3% of the purchase price. That is not including your funding fee. That's additional to your closing costs that you'll need. And closing costs are also closing costs and prepaids. So the lenders usually want like 2 months of taxes escrowed, 2 months of mortgage payment escrowed. So yeah, that 3% is a rough number, and you need to talk to your real estate broker or your realtor that you're using to find out what the going number is. And then once you get with a lender can tell you too what the rough number is for closing costs. But in our market, in the Hampton Roads area, it's roughly 3%, not including the funding fee. Now you can get the funding fee included into the mortgage. So that's a cool fact that you could ask the lender to include that in the mortgage. So you essentially have that 2.3% stretched over 30 years versus paying it up front. And that's your choice if you want to do it that way. And one of the things I mentioned was paying for the appraisal. Now, if you use a lender like a USAA and a Navy Federal, or even sometimes if you use a bank that you have an account with, they may not charge you that appraisal cost up front. They may just hold off until closing because you have an account with them. Therefore, in case you didn't close at all, they could still recoup their money by just deducting that from your bank account. So that's a neat trick too that usually works well for buyers also, if you didn't want to have all the $2,000 up front. All right, so hopefully that helps. So if you are a veteran, thank you so much for serving our country. You have great benefits that come with your service for serving our country. So we hope that you can use your VA loan when you're ready to buy. And when you are ready to buy, let us know. We would love to help you. I was raised in a Navy family. My dad was a retired commander from the United States Navy. So I would be honored if you chose us to help you or help you and your family to find a house in our area. Thank you. So that was another video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe, and like my son said in the last video, smash that bell so you can get notified when I have new videos that come out, which is every Friday. Thank you.